Hey everybody, so yeah, I guess I also wanted to make a video of this because I technically another thing I might have solved the traffic problem about 3 years ago actually when I was living in LA. Delivery driving, within a few months of living there, I was like, oh, a number of people had figured out a long time ago that what people consider to be the most extreme and the thing they complain about form of traffic is that which takes place in major cities. It's only something that happens in major cities. It's not something that happens just everywhere. And they never put two and two together and were like, well, what is it about major cities? There's more people now because the increase in traffic is not proportional to the amount of people. It's not proportional to the amount of people. So it's like, what the fuck? What is causing it? Well, it turns out I found a design flaw in the road system. Everybody knows that when they experience when they're driving, there's road construction or an accident or something there's a traffic jam from that. But those things only happen every once in a while. What I'm arguing is that there is a design flaw in the road system itself that causes situations at certain points, causes clogs at certain points, similar to as if there was road construction or an accident there. Basically, to get right to it, the thing that cities have, large cities especially, but cities in general have that other things don't have is highways, particularly more than one. And I'm arguing that the highway system, that the design flaw in the highway system is at every intersection between highways. Every time the 101 goes east, it turns into the 134 and the 101 downtown. But the 101 is 5 lanes, and then when it splits, it's 2 lanes and 3 lanes. Now that's technically still 5, but there's a whole decision-making lag that causes a delay. And basically, I'm arguing that the design flaw is every junction, every intersection of highways in every major city, and the more intersecting highways there are, which is in the bigger cities like Houston, LA, New York, or whatever, the more traffic there's going to be, because they all fuck up the design of the road system. And so my solution is very cheap, minimal cost for Department of Transportation or whatever. Is just build more lanes for the transition between highways. Anytime there's a transition between a highway where you have to switch from one to the other. Sometimes in LA and New York, big cities like that, you're not just switching between 2 highways. There's 3 or 4, sometimes 6 highways, and everybody's got to choose. Okay, this lane means this one. The 101 is this way, and the 5 is this way. Where the fuck am I? It's just nuts. And these stupid engineers just think everyone's like a machine. They will just do what a machine does. Correct? No, everybody's fucking confused, and understandably, because you PhD idiots don't know how to communicate to them. So basically, the solution is to increase the number of lanes during the transition between highways and for about a quarter of a mile before every transition between highways. And that's not that much road to increase. If you have a 5-lane transition or whatever, 2 and 3 going in a certain direction, just make it 4 and 6 going in each of those directions, or 6 and 8. Just make it double or triple the amount of lanes that currently exist in every transition between every highway, and there won't be traffic anymore anywhere. And I could argue that the rest of the traffic in a city like LA or wherever, the rest of the traffic in the city is caused from the highway traffic bleeding out into the rest of the city. Because every time there's a traffic jam on the highways, they all go off the off-ramp and clog the rest of the town. Although most of the traffic that everybody experiences is via the highways. So basically, that's all you have to do. That's it. That's the built-in design flaw is in the highway system. The junction between highways, the intersections of highways. And you can completely notice it too when you're approaching an intersection of highways. There's more traffic. That's why I was so baffled when I discovered it. I was like, how come people haven't fucking discovered this already? It's so obvious, but they don't. It's amazing. So yeah, I mean, that's the gist of it. There's more to it, of course. I could overlay graphs. The more intersecting highways there are in a city, the more traffic there's going to be. And so I did this map like a couple of years ago or whatever, showing all the points in LA where they are and overlapping. This should be like this and this should be designed like that. But I give you the basics of it. There's an invisible design flaw. There's an invisible road construction happening essentially, sort of scenario happening at every intersection between highways. Fix that, and you you get rid of traffic. You don't need to dig fucking tunnels. You don't need to do anything except fix the fuck up that everyone, everywhere, in every country fucked up the same. That's how fucking not at all thoughtful our best engineers are. It's just a disgrace. But whatever. Fucking solve it already. Fix the existing highways. And you'll see when you double those lanes. You don't have to double. They've argued often, don't double the lanes. It doesn't do anything. There's a whole, they invent a fucking thing for it. It's just, I'm not saying to double the lanes overall. I'm saying just double the lanes at the transitions between highways. That's what's causing the traffic